Well, it is over. Man, it is over. NBA Finals bound. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to have the party that I was going to have if we would have won Game 5. Extending this series kind of knocked out the luster just a little bit for me. A good win indeed. Miami actually came out and they was ready to go. As you seen, Jimmy Butler was pretty much start to finish. Him and Khalid Martin, they pretty much carried the whole team. When we look at the box sheet, you will see mostly Khalid and Butler stole this show. Had a few trinkles here and there, but they was the magnificent players that stood out the brightest. Boston Celtics, we're going to send them on and we're going to say congratulations. Hard fought series. It was picture perfect how I would envision it. I wasn't nervous too much. The beginning when they both was going back and forth was finding trouble to score. I was like, somebody got to step up and make that run. It ended up being us. And hope Tatum's ankle's all right. I'm pretty sure he twisted it probably in about a couple of weeks to a month. He probably be back to normal. I think that was big for them too, him spraining his ankle. Would they would have won this game if he didn't sprain his ankle? I wouldn't go that far. Now, he was big for them for us, a little offense being knocked off. But other than that, he came in pretty good. Did what he could on a bum ankle. And Jaylen Brown, he came in, he mixed it up a little bit. He got hot throughout this game. A lot of turnovers from him. We're going to check that out. He almost had double-digit turnovers. Same thing that's been plaguing him and Tatum in the playoffs, them turning the ball over too much. So that cost them. And my prediction came pretty right. I said it was going to be a blowout. I said late third going into the fourth quarter, but the blowout kind of happened kind of in the medium of the fourth quarter. It kind of was already decided. But I just had that feeling and had that hunch. So moving on to Denver. It's going to be a big task playing against Denver. Great team over there. They actually play team basketball, and we're going to have to come with it. They don't do this up and down stuff over there in Denver. They kind of steady. You know what you're going to get from them. So Miami has to go into this series not taking games off. They can't ease their way into this series. If they ease their way into this series, they're going to be easing their way out, and they won't be winning the championship. But a good finals coming up indeed. There's going to be plenty action. This is going to be one of the finals for the books, in my opinion. So we're going to enjoy it. But Khalid Martin, and I just want to say for the record, Khalid Martin should have won that conference finals MVP over Jimmy Butler. I understand Jimmy Butler, he's the catalyst. And he's the figurehead, so they're going to give it to him. They feel like we wouldn't have been in this position if it wasn't for Jimmy Butler. But if we're going on this series just alone, Khalid Martin should. I wish he would have got it, because it would have been a wonderful story. Because how many times have you seen another player, basically a role player, get a finals MVP, whether it's conference finals or it's NBA finals? I just think it would have been a hell of a story. Matter of fact, Jimmy Butler should have mentioned his name when he got the trophy. He should have said, me and Khalid Martin is going to share this MVP trophy. He stepped up big in this series. I think he would have said that, oh man, it would have been unbelievable. But yeah, shouts out to Khalid Martin. That man there, we're going to get to that too, because he's going to get him a contract. Absolutely. He deserves it. A guy like that, undrafted, coming into a pressure-packed finals like this for the first time and performing the way he is and did, we're going to come big up in Denver. We're going to need him. That's for sure. We're going to definitely need him in Denver, playing big just like that. So, yeah, man. But Boston, they're going to have to figure it out. That one-on-one game that they got, jacking up threes throughout the game when they're not even dropping. They could have mixed it up a little bit. And I think that's where they lack in coaching a little bit. I think he done a good job getting them to this point. But when your team is going a little sketchy or doing one thing too much, that's when you need to call a timeout. You need to tell them we need to drive the ball more. We need to start looking down low. Stop shooting all these wild threes. Keep moving the ball. Let's try to get some offense. Something. But they just thought they could just keep jacking threes, and sooner or later it was going to strike a match and it was going to start hitting. Didn't happen that way. Derek White, you'll be going to the bank too, sir. You showed a lot in this playoffs. You ain't just no three-point shooter. If it weren't for you, this would have been a blowout early in the ball game. Very early. So we got to give some good shots out to Derek White. He played hard. He played smart. He didn't just shoot threes. He started driving. He started getting fouls and ones. He didn't look like he was scared of the moment. So, yeah. Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. It sounds good to me.
Excuse me, boss. You have a
And, let me see. I might have to get this off. So yeah, I'm excited. But I'm not overjoyed. Still a lot of work to do. We got to go play Denver. Hardest team that's left. And we just got to come with it. Bam is going to be real big in this series if he wants to come and play. He's not going to be able to mess around with Jokic the way he's been with Al Horford and Robert Williams. This is a whole different beast. If you can't man that paint, you're going to get shoved around. So I'm hoping Bam understands that. You going against the Joker. In all honesty, I think the best defense for the Joker, if Boston would have, happy to get out of this series, and that's who Denver was playing, was the Celtics. The Celtics got the best front court to go up against Jokic. You got Al Horford, big defender on the block. You got Robert Williams backing him up. They could have went big in this series. And I ain't saying they would have stopped Joker, but they would have mixed it up and made him think about it a little bit. They had the best front line to go up against the Joker if they would have made it there. But they didn't. So we got to deal with it. And Spo and our players, we came this far. We could scheme up something. Maybe we'll just let him get everything and then, get out there on their shooters and cut off the slashers. Make somebody else beat them and cut down Murray a little bit. But yeah, we don't mind Joker going for 40 or 50 at night if we shut down everybody else. Because that might have to be the game plan. But I expect a lot of zone going into that series as well. Keep them on the perimeter. Now, they can shoot. Don't get me wrong. We want them to shoot. But if they're hot, they can open this thing wide open. But I'd rather deal with that than them mixing it up all in the paint area, causing fouls, making the game slow down, and we're getting stagnant on offense. We can't run anything. So, yeah, I think it'll be a best thing for us if we run that zone against Denver. Won't start out with zone, but we definitely going to have to end with zone if they got too much going on. But that's a highly confident team over there. They believe it's their year, and they've been waiting so long. They haven't had a championship over there in Denver. So you don't think they want one? So we're going to get their best punch throughout this series. Every game. I'm telling you, this team does not go up and down. They stay steady. Win or lose, you know what you're getting from them. So we got to come in ready. We can't come in fancy. We got to go in there like we're going to knock out, drag out. That's what kind of series it's going to be. But yeah, Khalid Martin should have got MVP for this conference finals. No doubt about it. My vote would have been in. No disrespect to Jimmy Butler, but I think that young man deserved it for the work he's done in this series. He deserved that. And Butler shouldn't have had a problem with it. He could at least mention his name when they walked up on that stage and got their rewards. So, what you got to say about it? I ain't the only one. I know y'all think Khalid Martin has won that MVP. I would have gave it to him. No doubt about it. He worked hard for it. Without him, we don't win this series. That's how important that was. We do not win this series without Khalid Martin. So, let's get to this box sheet. We don't want to keep it too long. But yeah, it's a celebration. We won it. Time to move on to the next stage. Not going to have no confetti or anything like that or some champagne, but we're moving on. We're moving on, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So let's get into the box score. We're going to start it off at the top with Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler. Now he's back to Jimmy Buckets. I expected him to come out aggressive in this game, and he did that. I won't say he just, as soon as tip ball, he just went at it. No, he felt it out a little bit, but his movement was aggressive. He was just feeling the game, and once he got into it, he just kept going. He wasn't hesitating. He got to his spots, and he put the shots up, and he carried his team. 28 points. 7 rebounds and 6 assists. He also had 3 steals. 3 for 7 from the three-point line and 12 for 28 from the field. You already know what we say. He unloaded the clip. So the next guy in the 20s is 26, Caleb Martin. The MVP, in my opinion. He had 26, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. And the only reason I call out his little 3 assists, I know I usually don't call out unless it's a handful or 5. I know. But he's the MVP in my eyes. I'm calling out his stats. 3 steals. No, 1 steal, I'm sorry. 3 assists. 10 rebounds, man. 4 for 6 from the three-point line, 11 for 16 from the field. See, he gives you a big punch in a small package. He's not out there even hoisting up shots to where he's getting 22, 25. If he did, this guy could score 30 points, 40 points, easy. Easy. Not only that, he's going to get a star, because Caleb Martin deserves a star along with Jimmy Butler. And they're right. Because after the end of this season, you already know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pay the man.
Yeah. Hold on. Shut down. Let's jump on this. Give me the money. Done talking. Give me the money. Yeah, my dog barking. Give me the money. Done talking. Give me the money. Give me the money. Hey. I check it's fine. 1S, 2 lines. That is the dollar sign. Hey. I check it's fine. 1S, 2 lines. That is the dollar sign.
That's right. We gonna have to pay the man. Well deserving. Can't let him get away. He's a hot commodity right now. You put him out there floating around, somebody's gonna snatch him up. Luckily we got him, we developed him. Hey, stay on home. Stay on home. All right, Bam Adebayo. 12 points. And hear this, folks. 10 rebounds. We finally got Bam with 10 rebounds. Can you believe it? He finally got double-digit rebounds. 10. With 7 assists. 4 for 10 from the field. That's a little shaky. His offense really wasn't there tonight. Looked like he was a little shook or off balance, or he was pressing a little too much. I don't know. But he got 12 points and 10 rebounds and 7 assists. It was good enough to win it. You know, it might not be good enough for next series, I don't believe, but it was good enough to win this game 7. 10 points by Gabe Vincent. He was 2 for 3 from the field. I mean, 3-point line, and 4 for 10 from the field. So he didn't have a glamorous game like he usually has, but like I say, this was the Jimmy Butler show. Jimmy Butler and the Caleb Martin show. The other guy in double figures is Duncan Robinson. He came in with 10. He was 2 for 3 from the 3-point line and 4 for 6 from the field. So the little guys that chipped in, it wasn't much, but it was effective and it was needed at the time. Because really, our stat sheet really don't glare off. It was, like I said, it was 2 guys who carried them. And they was pretty much hot the whole night. So you just get a little bit of people chipping in. It'll get you over the hump. So that's it for the Heat. They have 5 guys in double figures. Let's go down to the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown is at the top. 19 points. He had 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 1 for 9 from the 3-point line and 8 for 23 from the field. Terrible game from him. He was just off. Not only that, he turned the ball over 8 times.
Oh, that's not good.
Anytime you have more turnovers than assists, it just cancels it out. So he really had 3 assists. You got to take that 5 away. 8 turnovers, you got to take that 5 away, man. You got to take it away. Unbelievable. 3 assists by him. And Jason Tatum. Twisted ankle. Tried to come out there and do what he can do. But 14 points, 11 rebounds. And that pretty much was his highlight. That was it. 14 points, 11 rebounds. 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. 5 for 13 from the field. Obviously, that ankle was bothering him throughout the whole game. He just tried to muster it up, toughen it out. Never could catch his rhythm. Never felt right. And that's not the reason why they lost the game. I think if he came in there healthy, yeah, his stat line would have been a little better, but it don't necessarily would have guaranteed them a win. I don't believe that. So yeah, Jaylen Brown, you get an iron unkind. And we're not going to do Jason Tatum like that. We're just going to give him a round of applause for, sticking it out, going out there playing it tough. Come back next season, try to be better. Both of them, actually, Brown and Tatum. Derek White, this guy here, 18 points. He was off on his 3 in this game. He was 2 for 9 from the 3-point line, 5 for 12 from the field. But this guy has some guts. He has some guts. We're actually going to give him an Iron Man. And right off of that Iron Man, we're going to give him a star. Yeah, he deserves a star. He wanted the ball, actually. He mixed it up inside and out, drawing fouls. So that guy there, he will be getting paid as well.
Yeah. Hold on. Shut down. Let's jump on this. Give me the money. Done talking. Give me the money. Yeah, my dog barking. Give me the money. Done talking. Give me the money. Give me the money. Hey. I check it's fine. 1S, 2 lines. That is the dollar sign. Hey. I check it's fine. 1S, 2 lines. That is the dollar sign.
And that's it. That's it for them. 3 guys in double figures. Brown, Tatum, and White. Everybody else either didn't score or they were singled out. And you won't win a ball game like that. Man, I'm just glad this series is over with. Drug this thing out to a game 7. Didn't want to go that far. So we're going to be going into this NBA Finals a little, tested. I'd rather go in this way than coming in rusty, been sitting off for a week and a half to 2 weeks. I'd rather jump right into it, which we will be on, Thursday? So Miami Heat ought to be thinking about really trying to grab this first game because they're coming off. They well oiled. but they've been resting as well too. So they got to get back into the groove. They're gonna fill themselves out within that first quarter, and if we come in there looking to knock them in the mouth, we might could sneak game one. That could be huge if we could sneak game one. So I think that's something they'll be thinking about coming in on Thursday. That's another series that can go 7 games as well. That's another series if we come in playing around, we could easily get swept. So like I said, it's two sides of the token. We got to come in there just ready to go. You know, one thing I'm learning about Miami as well too, in some of these games, they're acting like the Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Cowboys. You know, these high-profile teams all want to be pretty and come in and play when they want to play and want to wake up in the second half or the third or fourth quarter thinking they can just breeze through a team. They got all that talent, so they just sit back, play at their own pace. No, don't be no second-half team. Leave that up for the Lakers and the Cowboys. We need to come in and just hit them right in their mouth in this game. This first game one, set the tone, and try to sneak out of there with a win. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the night. Like I said, trust me, I'm overjoyed. It might don't seem like it. I just wanted to get out of the series. And like I said, if we would have finished it when we were supposed to finish it, I might have had a little more party. But it got to a point now where you just wanted this series to end. It was getting a little dangerous. You didn't want to play around with this team. Bad enough we went to game 7, anything can happen. You know, the refs could have been trigger happy, which I'm glad they wasn't. To me, they called a good game. They didn't blow whistles all over the place, but they did the best they could. They didn't decide the game. That's all we want, is the refs will not decide the game, and they didn't. So, y'all have a good night. And, oh yeah, before we go, somebody went fishing tonight. Send them out the proper way. Celtics fans, y'all gone fishing. So that will end us for tonight. This is G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. We're going to the NBA Finals. See you there. Wish us good luck. Or don't wish us nothing at all. Because I know we got enemies and haters out there too now. I don't expect everybody to be on the Heat because I'm on the Heat. But we're there, and if we do win this series, man, what a run. You have to say that. Man, what a run. And we out. Peace.